What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Braves Blueprint Podcast. We're talking about the future of the Braves. And unfortunately, we didn't have a full length episode this week just because of life happens. But we're coming at you with something even better. We're coming at you with our first ever player interview with none other than Ethan Bagwell, who Ryan and I have absolutely just beat to death on Twitter about how good this kid is and how just awesome of a year he's been having. Him, along with Davis Polo, have been two of our favorite pitching prospects that we've seen throughout the system this year. So, Ethan, you want to introduce yourself and, let people who don't know much about the system know who you are?
Yeah, I'm Ethan Bagwell. I'm a prospect with the Braves. I recently pitched with the Rome Emperors, and yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. Well, for those who don't know, Ethan was a sixth round pick back in 2024 out of Collinsville, Illinois. So he's taken off this year. Just off the top, some of the numbers that he has posted between Augusta and Rome. He's 6-6 this year with a 3.17 ERA, 21 starts and 108 innings with 105 strikeouts. And even last year, the record doesn't show it, unfortunately, but he had a 3.05 ERA and 12 starts, 59 innings and 45 strikeouts last year. I mean, he has just been really, really doing good things in the Braves system. But we're very happy to have you, man. Thanks for joining us. And we can go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes of it. Ryan, you want to go ahead and get started here?
Yeah, question number one, right off the rip. What was the moment that made you fall in love with baseball?
So as crazy as it sounds, it was probably this year. My whole life, I grew up playing football, so I was kind of wired to just loving football. My whole life was football. My family's all big into football, and I played baseball my whole life. I liked it. I've enjoyed it. I had fun with it. But I would say this year is when I started loving it. Because I mean, last year, first full season, I got hurt, so I was down here in Florida for 3 months. Didn't really have that much experience in the actual baseball world, but this year, just watching as much baseball as I did, just learning how much I did, and it just made me fall in love with the game, honestly. And just all the hard work you had to put in to survive in pro ball kind of just made me love the sport.
So, question right off the bat, off of that, you grew up liking football. You a Bears fan?
I'm a Chiefs fan.
Chiefs fan? Come on,
Yeah.
man.
No, I can't like the Chicago teams.
Dude, I'm a Jags fan, all right? So last year, Monday Night Football, my Jags, Trevor Lawrence stumbled coming out of the pocket and picked it up and went into the end zone on the 2 yard line. That is
Yeah.
just the best moment of my past couple years being a Jags fan. Are you a college ball fan? I know college ball starts this weekend,
Yeah, I
actually.
watch college ball. I watch Bama and Mizzou. Those are my two teams because I was committed to Mizzou, but my dad grew up in Alabama.
Good. God, I thought we
Yeah,
liked you, man. I thought we
yeah,
liked you.
it's
I'm a
rough.
Gator fan and a Cowboy fan that lives 8 minutes from Arrowhead in Mizzou country.
Dude, I wish.
See, I'm a dog fan, and me and my wife, she was my fiance at the time, but we road tripped from South Georgia up to Indianapolis when Georgia played Alabama in the national championship in
Hmm.
2021, and goodness, I mean that was one of the most fun trips of my entire life, and it was awesome because we were two Georgia fans sitting in the middle of nothing but Alabama fans just all around
Hmm.
us. And so I don't know if you remember that game much, but there was a pick six in the fourth quarter that Georgia had. I think Kelly
Hmm.
Ringo, and it was just electric. And me and my wife were up screaming, and we were hooting and hollering, and then everybody else around us was just kind of disappointed. Some of them started heading for the
Yeah,
exits, and it was the greatest moment of my life on that one,
yeah,
besides the birth of my kids.
yeah. That's
But
a dangerous place to be doing that.
oh man, dude, I'm saying it was fun though. Yeah, everybody around us was actual true Alabama fans, so they
Hmm.
weren't they weren't just rude and out of the way. They were actually really really nice people. So we'll move on. We'll go into question number two. As a kid, you said you were big in football and you didn't really
Hmm.
fall in love with baseball per se until this year. But I'm assuming you liked baseball as a child. Did you have a favorite MLB team or player that you kind of watched as you were growing up?
Yeah, it's definitely the Cardinals, St. Louis Cardinals. I would say the player on that team is Adam Wainwright. He was there the longest when me growing up with all those championships. Him and Yachty were the main battery I was watching when I was growing up. But there, I would say Max Scherzer is probably my favorite player.
Okay.
Because I just like the fire he brings. He brings the competitiveness that kind of like I get from the football aspect of things. Just that fire and rage. I kind of like how he brings that into baseball. So I would say him.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but that dude is very intense whenever he's
Yeah.
on the mound. So it's and he's one of those guys you don't really bother whenever he's whenever it's his day to pitch.
hmm
When I played, I was kind of like that too. Like I didn't want anybody bothering me on my day to pitch.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Don't really want anyone talking to me. I'm kind of fired up during the game. So if you do talk to me, I might get a little snippy, a little ragey there. But no hard feelings. It's just part of the game.
Everybody's got their own process, man.
hmm
It's fun hearing how you guys, especially are just wired differently. But Ryan,
So, as a big football guy, at what point did you start to realize that professional baseball might be the route you're taking?
Yeah, I really didn't take baseball seriously until I'd say junior year of high school. I mean, I was always good at baseball, just I didn't, my eyes weren't really open to professional baseball until like probably junior year, senior year. Junior year, I started taking baseball seriously. Senior year, I saw that professional baseball could be an opportunity, and I had a bunch of pro guys work out at my facility I'm at, so it kind of motivated me to kind of make that push for pro ball, which yeah, it worked out. I mean, put a lot of hard work in. I even quit football senior year to do so. So
that is good. Going into this year, what were some of your goals that you wanted to accomplish, and do you feel like you actually accomplished those goals?
yeah, so my first goal was make at least 20 starts because coming off of last year, like I said, out for 3 months. So making 20 starts, which I did, luckily, I made 21, I think.
Yeah, 21.
But besides that, just getting velo up a little bit, having that torn oblique, it's hard to come back with the same mechanics, getting velo up. But I mean, yeah, I'd say that's about it. That was my two goals. Yeah.
Where's your velo sitting at? I mean, obviously, you're hurt right now, but
hmm
during the season, where was your velo at for just the
My average velo is, I think, 93.5,
okay.
and I was touching sixes pretty much every game.
Mhm.
So it's definitely a good spot from last year.
Yeah.
Pretty much right where I want to be. Maybe add a tick or two next year, but I would say velo is a big goal and kind of just making a name for myself this year. Because last year I really couldn't show people what I could do, which I know this year's I knew what I could do, and kind of just making a name for myself too was a big goal.
Well, shoot, I know me and Ryan have definitely been trying to help that happen. We've been pushing you on Twitter just constantly. You and obviously several of the other guys like Davis Polo and just quite a few of the others. But next question, Ryan.
So, we've talked about pregame, but during the game, when you're on the mound, what's going through your mind hitter to hitter?
There really isn't too much thinking. It's kind of just competitive. I just want to beat each batter at the game, just be better than every single batter. My head's between the plate is a big thing I like to think because when your head's between the plate and not over the rubber, I mean, I feel like you're just more dialed in, and I that's a big difference I felt from this year and last year. Is getting that mindset.
Yeah, I know. How are minor league scouting reports, especially down in Augusta and Rome? Because I know once you get up to the upper minors and then you get to the major leagues, I mean they are just detailed to the T with everything, all the information you could possibly want. But now that you guys don't have Statcast or anything like that down in Rome and Augusta, what are those kind of like?
Well, in Augusta, there's no scouting report. You kind of just go into the game just pitching.
There
But
you
then when I got to Rome, we'd go into the coaching office. You kind of just go through each hitter's weaknesses, which, like, if it's attack counts, you can attack in, or you can go slow away. Finish counts, you go fastball up, slider away, and, like, change up spin, whichever you prefer. Kind of just seeing, like, the heat sheets of each batter. That's pretty much all we got in Rome.
Well, that's interesting. It feels like, I don't know. I pitched whenever I was in high school, and then my first semester of college, and I ended up tearing my UCL and then tearing my rotator cuff, and just wasn't a great time. But even when I got to college, it was kind of the same thing. You didn't really have any scouting reports. You just kind of you went about your business, and you came
hmm
out. That was about it. So when you're breaking down post game videos of yourself, what are you looking at?
I'm kind of just looking at my locations, making sure breaking balls are down in the zone, fastballs are up in the zone finish counts, and then fastballs down and attack counts. Kind of just locations, a big thing for me. And then, like I said, velo, just make sure my velo is all good in the right spot. All my metrics are in the good spot, and if they're not, then I know what to work on until the next start. But the main thing is probably locations.
Is there anything this offseason that you're going to be tinkering with to add to your arsenal?
Well, I added two fresh pitches this year in the middle of the season, my curveball and cutter. Well, the curveball is more of a slur for my arm slot, but just something with more depth to get more swing and misses. So I would say kind of just getting full control of those two pitches is a big goal, but my biggest goal is probably getting the changeup working. I mean, the metrics and everything are good, just putting it in the zone, just getting more consistent with it and getting a better feel.
Have you talked to Davis Polo about the changeup? Because his is disgusting.
Dude, I wish he has those big fingers. I can't do the split grip that he does.
Yeah, me and Ryan have watched that, and it's crazy. I know, like I've said it a couple times already, but you and him are our favorite pitchers that were in Augusta, and like for the length of the season, really. And y'all both just impressed us entirely. But Davis's changeup, I mean, I don't know how it came about, but
hmm
goodness gracious, that's one of the best changeups I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's like a ghost fork.
So, after what we would call an insanely successful season for you, you said working on the off season and all that good stuff. What are your goals for 2027? Assuming there is a season. I mean, I think minor league will continue to play no matter what,
Yeah.
but just what are your goals going into next year? Do you want to make it to AAA? Do you want to make it to maybe the majors if they want to be aggressive? Just how would you take that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously my goal is to make it to the majors, but I think this year I just scratched the surface of what I can do.
Mm.
I believe I can be way better than this year. Next year, just getting full control of all this my six pitch arsenal and maybe bumping up some velo and just all the knowledge I gained in this year. I think I can make a big push next year and have an even more successful season next year.
Ryan's got a fun one for you on this one. We're big into, I don't know if you noticed, but we're kind of big into cards as well. So,
hmm
Ryan, you want to take
I've been waiting. I've got the first Bowman. When is the first autos dropping?
I have no clue. I'm not really big into the cards, but I've been asked that a lot. I don't even know if my autos have been put into the top packs or not.
Have you signed anything yet?
No, I did, but I don't think they ended up putting them out or anything. I might have to get in contact with Tops or something, talk to him about it.
Shoot. Well,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
we
be
haven't
looking
seen.
for them. Yeah, we
Yeah,
haven't
no,
seen
I
it.
haven't either. I've been looking.
I got a couple more questions, and then we'll let you get out of here. Have you made any connections with any of the major league guys yet? Have you been able to talk to anybody who's on the big league roster?
Not really. The biggest guy on the Major League roster I could talk to is J.R. Ritchie.
Okay.
Him just being recently new going up there, but no, not really. We don't really get too much contact with the major league guys. The biggest chance we have is spring training, but we're kind of split up in spring training. They're on this side, we're on this side, all different times, so we don't really have time to get in contact with them. But if I had to say someone, it's J.R. Ritchie or Ron Murphy.
Okay. Is there
So,
anybody on the team that you would want to talk to besides obviously those two?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Chris Sale. Just all the knowledge he has. He's been doing this for a long time. I just wanted to kind of pick his brain and definitely add a couple of things to my game that he brings. He's also a guy that brings the fire in the game. So I feel like I can learn a lot from him.
as he has 10 strikeouts through 7.2 right now against the Dodgers.
Yeah, of
So,
course.
So,
pitching with Caminetti and Polo, who have you been able to, player wise or coach wise, learn the most from throughout this year?
Player wise, it's Cam because Cam is also one of my best friends. So we can kind of just pick each other's brains throughout like just the whole day. We're gonna be honest to each other too. If something sucks, we're gonna tell each other so we can fix it. So Cam definitely, especially with the slider, I got his slider now, which that's a big help this year. But coach wise, I mean both my coaches, Hoorah and Elvanina, those guys have been a big help this year. Our coordinators, Bo, Henny, and Wes, just honestly just picking everybody's brains. Everybody's been a big help.
good deal. Good deal. Ryan, you got anything yet?
That's be it for me.
Ethan, you got anything else you would like to say?
Good.
No. All
Thanks for
right.
having me on here.
Hey,
Yeah,
we
we
appreciate
appreciate
it,
it,
brother.
man. Thank you. And we'll get out of here, but that was this week's episode of Braves Blueprint. I can't even say it myself. It's been a long week, but yeah, I will see y'all in the next one.